so to speak. Oops, 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 oops. Hey everyone, this is Techos and it's time. I have been awaiting this for so long. Well, actually not that long. It was actually pretty quick, the fulfillment, but as some of you might know, I'm a huge Aeon's End fan. There will be a few more iterations that will be coming in the beginning of next year because I really thoroughly enjoyed that game. Solo and multiplayer, and now there's Astro Knights. The box has a different format, so it's a little bit thicker but not as large, which is pretty cool. I like this format a lot. But it is like a more streamlined version of Aeon's End. I'm not a huge fantasy fan. I like fantasy, but I don't need it like everywhere. And this is why like science fiction is more my thing. I like it a little bit more. So it's pretty cool that Astro Knights is actually, it's Aeon's End in space and streamlined. So quicker setup and everything. So that is pretty interesting. And that's why I was on board immediately to back this campaign. It's great that it arrived now, and there will be more seasons, I think. So they will continue this. I hope it will be good because Aeon's End is great, but it's kind of hard to get to the table if you're not playing it solo. So yeah, this is the Kickstarter edition, which has like promos and the expansion and everything. So not everything you see here will be available in retail. All right, so let me just open this box here. So let me see. So it says like 1 to 4 players. That's just like Aeon's End. 14 and up, regarding the age, and the playtime is 60 minutes. Oops. So that is pretty good. Oh, that's a nice box. It feels really nice. Like slightly textured somehow, I think. Just very slightly. And it's pretty thick, I think. Yeah, feels good. So we have some more artwork here. It's like really cool artwork. I really like it a lot. So it is essentially like Aeon's End. You upgrade your deck and everything. So you have like, I think, energy or something like that, and with that you can get new cards, and then you try to cooperatively defeat the baddies. And while Aeon's End is very much focused on the bad guys and less on the heroes, I'm not quite sure how it is here, but I think here the heroes actually are a bit more distinct. So let's take a look. Okay, so very cool. Okay, and these are the bosses here. Okay, let's not jump ahead. Let's just take a look at the rulebook, which is pretty thick. So we have the cover here. We have a little bit of story and the object of the game. And then here we have the contents. Very cool. And the component anatomy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The enemies don't have that, unfortunately, but the heroes are actually have like holes in here, right? So the tokens don't mess up, which is pretty cool. Okay, so component anatomy, all with numbers here, which I enjoy a lot. And then the player cards and the boss mat, and the boss cards and the boss level tokens and the difficulty tokens. Okay, there's just a lot of iconography and just stuff to get through first, and then we have the setup for the player setup. Okay, yeah, that is like all separated into different boxes, so you can easily make everything out, all the steps. That is cool. And then we have the supply here. Okay, each supply deck has a different theme. Interesting. And that's the Homeworld. Okay, that's what you need to defend, right? So it's a very similar mechanism to Aeon's End, because you also have like the turn order deck here. That's pretty much the same thing as well. And then we have the boss setup. So, but the setup is supposed to be much more streamlined and quicker. It looks like a lot now, but it should be much quicker and more streamlined than Aeon's End, because Aeon's End always takes quite a long time to actually set it up. Because here in this game, you don't mix like the decks together for the bosses, because every boss just has their own deck. Yes, that limits replayability just a little bit, but it's much quicker to set up and play, which is good. Because having just a second Aeon's End, just one that is quicker to set up, is great. Player turn and gameplay. Okay, so here we have the player overview. Here on the left, attack phase, main phase, etc. Nice, very cool. And then here we have the player turn. So we have the attack phase and then the main phase. Okay, a lot of images, a lot of separation in different boxes. So That is pretty well done. I like that. Player turn, and then we have the boss turn. And leveling up, so the boss can level up. That's also a mechanism that you don't really have in Aeon's End, but they can actually, or at least not in the first box. I don't know the other boxes yet, but these here can actually level up, and then they become a little bit harder, and then exhausted, game end. Solo play. You can also play just with only one knight. That is pretty cool. Okay, nice. Then some game turns, variable difficulty. Very nice that you can actually adjust the difficulty as well. Okay, I like this rulebook. It looks pretty good actually. Okay, so let's take a look at the stuff here. So first of all, we have the bosses. Should be 4 or 5, I think. 5, yeah. There are some promo bosses in here, 1 or 2, I think, that are not in the base game regularly. Fish and Parasite. Okay, there's the setup. Very cool. Then Furion, Architect 0815, Lunaris. Oh, that one looks cool. Ooh, that one looks amazing. And then Continua. Looks pretty cool as well. Very cool designs. And oh, you can actually you can actually punch these out, and then it looks a little bit cooler because you can look through. Oh, that's pretty cool. But it's the only one that has that. Yeah, okay. Interesting, but pretty cool. Okay. That's the bosses. What else do we have? And these are the heroes now. And that is pretty cool because let me just take her here. And you can, first of all, you can punch it out here, of course. So, because you have these cool shapes now here. And then also you can punch that out. So you can put your token in here without it moving around, right? Just down here you can just have it in there. That is pretty cool. That is the thing that I liked a lot. A lot of people also wanted that for the bosses here. Oops, up here for the bosses, but there were some reasons why it was said that they would not do that for the bosses as well. So we have Delith, maybe that's how she's called. We have Alexios. Then we have Nazma. And they all have like the personnel file at the back. Then we have Zak, Z-A-K, Silas, Toli, Gavriel, and Christina. Yeah, that's it. A lot of heroes, as you can see. That's amazing. Like a lot of heroes, and they do have like different power levels here, and also different health maybe. Health seems to be all the same, yeah. But they're different power levels at least. Okay, and different abilities, of course, just like in Aeon's End. Yeah, pretty cool. Nice. And then, yeah, and like the thickness, yeah, they're not very, very thick, right? It's okay. It's decent. It's good enough. It doesn't have to be thicker. Would have been cool, but it doesn't need to be a lot thicker. These are actually thicker. Okay, that makes sense. These are the levels for the bosses. These are the different bosses here. No, these are the levels for the different bosses, right. So here we have level 2, level 3, and then here we have Nightmare level 2 and level 3. Oh, so there's a Nightmare level as well. Okay, cool. Very nice. Here the artwork is pretty cool. So, do we have more? Yeah, we do. Then here we have for Fury and Lunaris the different cards. And here from Continua and Architect 0815, Lunaris, and then here we have the tokens. These are the health tokens. Yeah, very cool. Standard cardboard. Everything is fine there. And then here these are the player order tokens, right? So each player gets one of these, and then whenever, like for example, you have the 1, and whenever the turn order text shows a 1, then it's your turn. So just like in Aeon's End, just a different design. And then here we have the cards. Okay, and this is pretty cool because you have these card decks here that you can put together. Let me just put together for Lunaris, which is one of my favorites already. So like this. Let me just do that quickly here. That should be the bottom. And let's take a look at this here. So, and then here is the top. Yeah, and quality-wise, totally fine. And then you put all the cards in here, and I suppose you can then put them in here like this, maybe, I guess. Maybe that's a little high, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit too high, but you can just put them in here. Maybe, or maybe you just put them in like this. But then you have like the different bosses in here, which is pretty cool, right? So you just take this one deck, and then you already have your boss deck together. In the end, you always need to like mix and match, and that always takes quite a while. Then we have your tokens here. These are the tokens you track your stuff with on your hero mat. These are like cool small wooden tokens. Really cool. And you have them like in all 4 different no. Oh no, you don't. You have them in the 3 colors you need for your heroes, right? Because if we take a look at the heroes again, you need the red token here for the red here, the blue here, and the yellow there. So yeah, so you can track everything there for your hero. Very cool. We have some baggies and probably nothing under the insert. No, it's flat on the ground. There can't be anything under the insert. Okay, and then we have like the Homeworld here, which is right here. Oh, it's actually, it looks a little bit different than the old one. It's not completely closed off, which is cool. Okay, so that is the Homeworld here, where you can put in the HP. You need to defend that one, and then we also have the boss counter, the life counter here. You want to get the boss down to 0, of course. Okay, cool. Very nice art design. Quality wise, completely fine. Nice. I think, if I'm not mistaken, at the end you had to punch this together yourself. I think it's cool that it's already pre-assembled here. I don't mind that at all. Okay, and then we have decks here. So let's look at the supply deck. Oh yeah, okay, these cards, they don't have any special finish, but they're pretty thick, which is nice. And yeah, the artwork is pretty nice. I like that. Very cool. Yeah, nice. And here are turn order. Okay, these can't be all of the cards because, yeah, of course, there might be. There are more here. Yeah, of course. There's one here, Fish and Parasite. Why is that? Oh, I think that was a promo. That's why it's in a separate bag. That's why I think, yeah. And then here, I have no idea what all these are. These are the homeworlds, the difference. The different homeworlds you can defend, I think. Because that's something that you did not have in the end. You also had to defend your Bastion, was it called? I'm not quite sure. But they didn't have like any abilities or anything, right? But these homeworlds do, right? So these have specific abilities and stuff. So that is pretty cool, actually. Nice. And then here, same thing, just a lot of different homeworlds. Cool. Okay, and we have these little reference cards. Did Eon's End, like the original one, have those? I don't think so. That's pretty cool. I'm always a fan of reference cards. Very, very great. And then here, this seems to be some promo as well. Yeah, there are just a few promos here. Plasmoid Stims, Distortion Gauntlet. Okay, these are the backs here. Yeah, okay, pretty cool. Same thing here. And then another Homeworld, Solarix. It has more of these counters here. So maybe it takes longer to defeat it. I'm not quite sure. Okay, and here we have like the regular cards. Let's just take a look at those, see how they look like. Here we go. Okay, yeah, just really standard cards, nothing too special. If I like the game enough, I will definitely want to sleeve them. I hope you can sleeve them here in the deck boxes. I really hope so. I'm not sure about that. I hope so, at least. Okay, yeah, I like the artwork quite a bit. Pretty cool. I like this theme definitely more than the Eon's End theme. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Eon's End. I just hope that both games can coexist, right? That's just something I hope. I just don't. I don't hope that there's only reason to have one of the games, because there is still more Eon's End coming at the beginning of the year for me. So yeah. Oh, and these are the decks. Oh, wait. So this is for that enemy, the deck, right? And it looks like it fills only half the deck box. So possibly you could sleeve it. I think I read someplace that you can sleeve it. I think I read that. And these cards definitely are not like, they're just standard quality. And for a deck builder, when you have to shuffle your cards a lot, yeah, I think that having the option to sleeve them is not a bad thing. At least not in that kind of game type, so to speak. Oops. Okay, blaster weapon. This is probably just the standard card you have at the beginning. Then here we have the round trackers. Wild 1, 2, 3, 4. Boss turn. White charged mortar. Okay, yeah, cool. Pretty nice, yeah. Okay. I enjoy this. I will definitely 100% play this on the channel, of course. I mean, you can be certain about that. I will also take a look at these cards, just so in case there are any surprises. But I think these are all, yeah, just the cards, right? So, and then these are the regular cards you can probably get into your deck. No bosses anymore. Okay, just a lot of stuff. These all gain energy here. You can destroy stuff, do stuff with the Homeworld, deal damage, power up, whatever that means. Also destroy cards in your hand. I mean, of course, you want to get rid of old cards that you don't want anymore. Yeah, cool. Looks pretty nice. And there's one more thing I want to show you. Don't turn off the video yet, because you might have seen that small box there. How do I do this? Maybe like this. Like this it should work. Okay, yeah, that actually does work. I will unpunch all of that later. But here, I have this accessory pack. This is something I really wanted to get, because as it is now, with the regular game we just took a look at here, you need to like assemble the hero decks before you play, right? If you change your hero, then you need to assemble the deck, just like you had to do it in Eon's End. And I think that's really that's really suboptimal, because the bosses now only have one deck. They're easier to set up, but the heroes are not. So you could get this accessory pack. Essentially what this does, I think we don't even need to take a close look at this, but essentially what this does is, oh, it gives you dice. I did not know that. Okay, cool. I don't know why there are dice in here. These look pretty cool. I will take a look at them in just a minute. But here you have more cards of the cards that are already in here, and like more of these. So what you can do is you have now enough cards to pre-assemble all hero decks in advance. And these are like the register and like the index cards you need to put them all in here. So you just grab that register, that index card, right? That index separator, and then you just grab the cards that you pre-assembled, and then you can play the hero. That is a really great thing. That's one thing I really wanted, and also more cards, right? So you actually have the cards to do so. And then there are also dice in here. Why that is, I don't know, but these look nice. These are like purple and like sharp edged, and these look amazing. Nice. Very, very cool. I have no idea why you would need them. I remember that they were featured in the campaign, but I don't remember anymore. I will have to take a look at that for sure. But that's pretty cool. Like with this accessory pack, you can then just pre-assemble all the hero decks, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Okay, and that was pretty much my unboxing of Astro Knights. I hope you enjoyed it. And also, as usual, I want to thank all of you for your support, for commenting, for watching my videos, for liking, for participating on my Discord. But especially, I want to also thank my Patreons who are generously supporting me, which is really, really nice. Also, a big shout out to Thagno, who is my biggest supporter at the moment. Thank you so much for that. And if you also would like to support me, you can do so if you head over to my Patreon. You can also find the link in this video's description. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why don't you let me know by liking and commenting. You can also subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up to date with my future content. And you can also join my Discord server if you would like to hang out with me and my little community. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Alright, take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.